I thought it was super interesting because he said, it's not our genes that make us sick. It's our environment that makes us sick.
Yeah.
So whenever we're creating this environment, energy goes where your attention is. And the more traumatic the experience, the more you have an emotional connection to that, or really any information. If you have an emotional connection to any information that you're receiving, it becomes a long-term memory, and it's very easily accessed, right?
Yeah.
So when he was talking about the brain waves and the heart-mind coherence, he was talking about being in high beta, which is where most of us are during the day, right? You wake up in the morning, you check your phone, your emails are going off, Twitter's going off, Instagram, you're thinking about your partner, maybe your kids are screaming, there's a million things going on and your brain starts firing in all these different directions. And that puts you in an incoherent state in high beta. So that's your brain's firing off and it's inconsistent with your heart, and you're not able to learn anything or create from that environment because your body's almost in like a fight or flight state.
Yeah. So it's almost like people deal with two type of implications when it comes to that. Some people can see the utility in engaging in these normal behaviors because that's what's comfortable, right? That's what provides them a sense of safety. So if we're in this battle between fear and love, the things that tend to draw up a lot of fear are the ones that the type of behaviors that we tend to engage in a lot more. Like what he's talking about, well, you can't learn anything more if you're just continuously doing the same thing all the time. Well, why are we doing the same thing all the time? Why are we thinking in exactly the same way all the time? Why do we keep recirculating the same emotions and feelings all the time? It's because that sort of primitive side inside of us, that flight or fight sort of response in the body, still somehow in some weird way thinks it's in the wild still. And it still thinks that it needs to protect itself from what it perceives to be an external threat. And obviously that's irrelevant because we don't live in the wild anymore. But somehow our primitive sort of bodies can convince us that we should be afraid of something. And so in order to prevent ourselves from really fully falling victim to these fears or potentially being hurt by some wild animal, we engage in these behaviors that are safe, that never go far beyond what we're comfortable with doing,